Hey, it's the Self Love Queen. Today's video will be on being irreplaceable, which means impossible to replace if lost or damaged. And I just want all of you all to know that you are irreplaceable, regardless if somebody tells you you are irreplaceable or not, because not everything can be replaced.
I would tell you that I love you tonight, but I know that I've got time on my side. Where you going? Why you leaving so soon? Is there somewhere else that's better for you? What is love if you're not here with me? What is love if it's not guaranteed? What is love if it just stops and leaves? What is love?
What makes you unique? Me. I make myself be unique, just in my own way, in my own style, and my speech, and what I do, and my choices, and my morals. They all make me who I am. So I guess I would define unique.
What makes me unique? Well, I think what makes me unique is my ability to care for anybody. I was always taught that you reap what you sow, and that you treat people how you want to be treated. And I put that mindset towards anything, whether it be friendships, relationships, anything, that I was always going to make sure somebody else was straight before.
What makes me unique is the fact that I'm just a different person, and my tenacity for everything, as well as me just being me regardless of what others think, because either way I'm gonna do me, because at the end of the day I have to live with my
because at one point I was just like a boy, well, stud, but I took that in reality. Like, I really wanted to be a boy. I was really thinking about getting a sex change because of what I had been through in my life. I didn't feel comfortable being a female anymore. But then I took a second guess at myself. Not even second guess. I gave myself a second chance to do my life over, and it's working out pretty great.
When I first realized, I think I was like 5 or 6, when I realized that other kids weren't raised like I was. I grew up with my grandparents, and so now people say I have an old soul because how they were raised is how I was raised. So you always yes ma'am, no ma'am. Everything was, so you was straight to the point. You was strict. There was no playing. There was no disrespect ever. None of that kind of stuff was ever tolerated.
I first realized I was different when I was in preschool, because everybody else on the playground, go and play, and I would just sit and do multiplication problems because I didn't really, like people, and I kind of still don't, but it's just that I have to get a feel for you before I actually, immerse myself in talking to you or associating with you.
I realized I was first different than those around me when looked at my skin color. No, I'm just kidding. I realized I was first different than others when I began to lead instead of follow, meaning that when people would go do stuff that they wanted to do, I would always be a follower, seeing as I'm just growing up and I want to fit in so bad. But I realized I was different when I started curving off and said no, and just, I don't want to do the stuff you want to do. I want to do the stuff I want to do, and I want to follow my own path. So yeah, that's when I first realized I was different, when I kind of did different things than other people. Yeah.
Yeah, it does, kind of, because that makes me feel better about myself, for one. For two, like, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right in my life, that, I'm not irreplaceable. So, yeah.
I would say yes and no, because yes, because you know that somebody's gonna always want me in their life. I can always contribute something to somebody. And no, because that moment that you lose somebody or somebody loses you, it just kills you inside because you wonder, what did I do wrong? What can I do to fix it?
Knowing I'm irreplaceable doesn't really improve my self-esteem per se. It kind of just makes me want to be more of myself as a person, knowing that I am the only one out there, so gotta live my best life, you know? So I guess that answers that question. Self-esteem doesn't really, is always gonna make me be like, oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. But knowing I'm irreplaceable, no, it doesn't really boost my self-esteem. I mean, I guess it does, but it doesn't. I'm just gonna be me regardless. I gotta be the best me I can be. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Knowing I'm irreplaceable actually does improve my self-esteem because I practically already knew that I was irreplaceable, because once you're friends with me or I'm in your life, it's just like once I leave, it's a big difference in my opinion, because people have told me that people that I've allowed to come back into my life, they're like, once you left, I just didn't know what to do because I didn't have anybody to talk to. A lot of people depend on me, so it's like knowing that I'm irreplaceable in certain people's aspect, in certain people's lives, then I'm doing something right.
Well, for me, it would be when I finally had the courage and the guts to speak up and open my mouth to all the people that was treating me wrong, bullying me and stuff. That's the most defining moment of my life, because I used to just allow them to treat me any kind of way, talk to me any kind of way, and just take the heat and the pain. But then I started speaking up and not allowing that hurt to come into my life anymore, blocking out the negative energy. So
one of my most defining moments would be high school graduation. It's a moment that I prayed for, and like many people told me that I wasn't going to graduate from high school, and when I finally did, there was like, couldn't nobody tell me nothing from that moment.
I think one of the most defining moments of my life was when I finally opened up to my mother about the way I was feeling after my godfather's death for my birthday. And it's just like my life was practically spiraling out of control, and I wasn't telling anybody. I hadn't slept for a year, and then I just broke down and I just had to my mom, and I felt like I couldn't do it on my own anymore, so I needed help. So I
feel like the most defining moments in life is when you find that love for yourself, because once you find that love for yourself, you have the ability to love others, inspire others, and impact others. Spreading love instead of hate, I feel like, is the most defining part of your lifetime, and loving yourself, because if you don't love yourself first, it's not really a way you can love others. So, realizing who you are and what you can do to make a difference.
I would take better care of myself. I would love myself, for one. Wouldn't allow people to break me or hurt me, bring me down. Wouldn't try to kill myself. Wouldn't allow the negative energy to really get to me. I wouldn't do the things that I did. I'm not gonna speak on it, but I wouldn't do all that. I wouldn't allow my family to take over me and run over me and use me and stuff like that. So
I do definitely. What sticks out to me is school. I always knew I was smart. I always got told that I was smart, but I never applied myself at all. I always knew answers, but I never did homework. Never tried like I really could on tests, and I think that that's impacted me a lot now that I'm out of school, and that a lot of things have changed.
Yeah, life for me just started. I'm only 15, so I have a lot ahead of me. So I could say what I choose to do in the future, but differently probably wouldn't change anything. I mean, I have the chance right now to do the stuff that I want to do, and then when I'm older I can look back and say what I would have done differently, but right now I wouldn't have done anything differently.
If I had a chance at a do-over in life, I would probably do different with how I handled like deaths, and I would actually talk about how I was feeling rather than trying to get through it on my own and, you know, actually cope with it. And then I probably wouldn't be the way I am now.
Yes, I actually do, because actually I inspire some people now. Like, people take my lifestyle story, and they use that as a role model in their life, as like they take it as like, I've been through so much, and I'm still going through some shit, but I'm using that hurt and that pain and the struggle and turning it into positive energy to make a good outcome of it. Got my life going straight, doing what I need to do, got good grades in school like that. So yeah, I believe in inspiring others.
Inspire others. I mean, I hope I do. I was always taught you lead by example, and I would always want my friends or my guys or even my girls to follow in my footsteps. To act presentable, and I hope that the way that I carry myself helps other people to the fact where they want to carry themselves accordingly.
I believe that I could make an impact on people. Whether I do or not, that's up to another person to say, because I don't really know right now. In terms of like my friends and family, I could say that I could impact their lives just by being uplifting and a good person. But if I inspire others, I don't know.
I do believe I make an impact on or inspire others, because people have actually told me that they're inspired by me, and I know a lot of kids actually look up to me. And sometimes I'm like, why do they even look up to me? But then, like, when I look at everything, I'm just like, oh, okay. And it's like a lot of little kids, like, that I feel like taught and stuff, like volleyball, have been really inspired and, you know, impacted by the way
She said she ready to pull up. Link in my bio, my bitch do the salsa like Pico de Gallo. They gotta ask if they made Cinco de Mayo. How could they call themselves bosses when they got so many bosses? You gotta see what your boss say. I get it straight out the faucet. I ain't felt like this since the third car to drop. Told my mama 3rd grade I'll be in the 3rd barbershop.
Pimpin' ain't slick and they ain't saying nothing. 100 of y'all suckers can't tell me nothing. I bees in the trap, bees in the trap. I bees in the trap, bees in the trap. Pimpin'.
I can hear your laugh. It's ringing through the hallways. I can see your smile. It's what gets me through my hard days. And your words were supposed to get me through my heartache. But for my heartbreak, there's an emptiness that only few ever feel. And I somehow missed the meaning of love that is real. And it complicates.
A friendship turned to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, and the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about that?
There's always been those times when I needed a breather, when I might need a quick break from being the leader. Cause I'm just human, you gotta feel that. We're all just here to learn, and every day we all put up to bat. If you're feeling down, no you ain't alone. And if you're feeling all confused, no you are not on your own. Don't stress, yeah, we're too blessed. Someone told me, babe, when the tiger's high, you just get low. Hold your breath and take it slow. Yes, I might get wet, I might get thrown, but I'll resurface all on my